5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It's the new Panic Room. It's the show other shows want to be, and the show that authors want to be on.
The all-new Panic Room radio show is brought to you by
hellboundbooks.com.
Well, good evening, one and all. It is episode 97 of the New Panic Room, which means it is Thursday night, 9:30 Central. And it always seems like last week we did all this malarkey and nonsense before. So I think probably in many ways it was. But yeah, hey, it is Thursday night again, and you're going to have to forgive me because I'm a little bit scatterbrained because the kids have been on summer break for nearly a week now, and I'm just all over the place. I just don't know what's going on. Don't know what day, because my whole routine's gone, obviously, and got the 9-year-old on Saturday. She managed till Saturday lunchtime, and I'm bored. She's bored. I mean, seriously, half a day into 11 weeks, and she's bored. So that's my life at the moment. So anybody want to swap, then just give me a shout. Hey, it wouldn't be right without my old sidekick. It's the well-oiled and the well-oiled machine that is the New Panic Room. Xtina, how are you this evening, my dear?
I'm doing great, and I agree with you. This week has felt so strange. It feels like the weekend every day, and so I'm not in work mode at all, which, I'm only in work mode about, half an hour a day anyway, so this is even worse. I'm like, oh, my God.
Between naps.
Yes, exactly. So this is even worse, and... but no,
it's bad for me because I'm used to being up at sort of 5:30 to try and get the teenager out the door, which is not easy. But now I'm sleeping in right till like 7, and I'm losing an hour and a half of my day. I'm getting to sort of 1. I'm thinking, where's the day? I've not done everything I'm supposed to have done, but I flatly refuse to set my alarm for 5:30 during the summer break. I'm just not going to do that. No.
And it felt like Friday all day to me because we were on Jesse's show last night, so it's all day long. It felt like Friday. Like, we've already worked. What are we doing today? That's how I felt.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm saying. Yeah, and here we are doing it all over again, but in many ways better. So,
definitely.
if you I enjoy it. That's I can't what was the name of his show now? The Deadman's Tone show.
Yeah, Deadman's Tone. Podcast.
Yeah, it was a good show. It was a good old laugh. We had a good giggle.
We did. I had a great time. I thought I was just calling in to say hi, though, and then over an hour later, I was still there. So it was, really, I thought it was just going to be like, "Hi, James," and then leave, and didn't work.
But it's like it's like we're like the Sonny and Cher of talk radio. I like, except without the bizarre skiing accident. I mean, but yeah. I mean, you can't have one without the other. It's we come.
I want to sing. We go together. I want to sing. We go together.
We need to. No, please don't. We need to get. I was thinking of the Frank Sinatra "Love and Marriage." Go together like a horse. Yeah. We sort of because you're on. We're both on a show again next Thursday. Is it just before the show, isn't it?
I don't know what's happening.
Tomorrow.
Oh yeah, next. Yes, definitely. Yeah, and then the 22nd, I'm back on Jesse's, and you're going to be calling in there too. So we're having a busy month.
We have media celeb. I'm going to have to get my boobs enhanced, I think, for those all-important cleavage shots. So I shall work on that.
Yeah, you do that.
I think I need to. That's through my boobs. Thank you. As my daughter likes to point out, you got boobies. Shut up. Shut up.
That's cute. Kids say the darndest things, don't they?
Oh, don't they just, little fuckers? Yes, they do. They can destroy your ego in just like one sentence. But,
oh my God! This morning I was putting on my lipstick. You can't
retaliate though, can you? You can't turn around and say, "Yeah, well, you're fucking short, aren't you?"
Well, it depends on how old they are. It depends on how old they are. I was putting on my lipstick this morning, and my son is like, not like that makes a difference. I'm like, well, thanks. You're so sweet.
Ouch.
I know. I was thinking maybe it's just not my color. Yeah, he's 14, and it's not cool to think mom is, I don't know. I don't know. So yeah. I just hit him. I hit him, and then when he walked by, I kicked him. So not really.
I had a meeting a week or two back. The guy I've written scripts for, and literally I put a polo shirt. So I was just a casual polo shirt because normally, and I sat here actually in my Britney Spears T-shirt that the kids bought me for my birthday.
Oh my God!
Seriously, it's got Britney. I'm a big Britney Spears fan, I have to say. And just because I put a polo shirt on, she said, "Where are you going all gutted up like that?" So I put a polo shirt. Not like I put a suit on. I don't think she's ever seen me in a suit. I used to wear suits day in, day out in my previous career, and I haven't worn a tie in I can't remember how long. So wear a dusty, like a polo shirt, food stains down it. Dusty. That's posh. That's me making an effort. I thought, this is what I've become. I used to wear very expensive 3-piece suits, silk ties, the works, but now it's Britney Spears t-shirts, casual shorts, But
I need a picture of you in this Britney. I think I've heard you say it before, and still I have not gotten a picture. So I really need one.
I'll get the child to take a picture so I can send it in. But yeah. So anywho, I've prepared prepared a little something for my face. I've not the president for a little while, so yeah, I just prepared a little bit of something. Here we go.
I really believe I'd run into, even if I didn't have a weapon. Nobody knows the system better than me.
Nobody knows politicians better than I do.
Nobody knows. Nobody's better.
Nobody's stronger. There's nobody bigger or better at the military than I am.
I love the First Amendment. Nobody loves it better than me. Nobody loves the Bible more than I do.
There is nobody that respects women more than I do.
Nobody builds walls better than me.
Nobody's in the history of this country has ever known so much about infrastructure as Donald Trump. Nobody knows that better than me.
Nobody even understands it but me.
Nobody can do it like me.
Which is why I alone can fix it. I have Ivy League education, smart guy. I know words. I had the best words.
You're like, I'm a smart person. It's this. It's not my salesmanship. It's what? This. You know what that is? It's the brain power.
I'm getting thousands of letters and tweets that I was right about the whole situation. I mean, I've been right about a lot of things, frankly. I should be a newscaster because I called it before the news.
I watch your stuff. I'm like a guy with vision. I have an instinct for this kind of thing.
I'm good at war. I've had a lot of wars of my own. I'm really good at war.
In my book, I predicted terrorism.
It's a rigged system. I think I've done a great service by pointing this out. I was the one that really broke the glass ceiling on behalf of women. I think I'm doing the military a great favor. Did a great job in Texas, a great job in Florida. I truly believe that the first 100 days of my administration has been just about the most successful in our country's history. It looked like 1.5 million people.
Thank you, everybody. What a crowd, what a turnout.
I understand steaks. It's my favorite food, and these are the best.
It keeps me from running, but just keep it coming. Have to learn to do the things you do. Nobody does it better. Makes me feel safe for the rest. Nobody does it half as good as you, baby, darling, you're
Hey, I'm president. Can you believe it?
Yeah, my little homage to the last president of the United States. And I thought one thing he is the best at is being a bit of a twat, in my personal opinion. So that was pretty good, that.
Yeah, the most frightening part about that whole thing was that he actually believes the things that are coming out of his mouth.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. He believes he's the best at it. I mean, and some of those.
Yeah.
I mean, one of them. I remember he was just after Harvey, and I lived through Harvey, and he's there. So, what a great turnout! And this was at the refugee centre. It was a captive audience. It was a captive audience. It's like Goebbels going to Belsen and saying, "Hey, you know, what a great turnout." Well, you know, not really.
Oh, God. Yeah.
Not really.
That's so bad.
No,
yeah.
Not really. But hey. So you know, I've no idea what's going on. We do have a show. We have J.D. Hollyfield and Sonny Giovani, contemporary romance authors, which means you can ask the question. Which if we all remember.
Yeah.
When was what time period is your contemporary romance set in? Which was great.
I said it once. I said it one time.
Yeah, but it's always worth bringing up again. It's worth dredging.
I know.
Dredging up again.
So stupid afterwards. Okay,
well,
but it sounded futuristic to me.
Do you know? And to be fair, you sounded really stupid as well, so it kind of balances out there, doesn't it?
I know. I have said some winners. I really have. And I'm so glad that we have, a record of all of these, fun things.
Oh, they are there in perpetuity. They are on iTunes. They're on YouTube. You can't avoid them. You can download them and listen to them on your cell phone using our app. I mean, there's no getting away from them. They're there forever. They're there forever.
I still say I'm just trying to contribute to our bloopers reel because, we will have one, and I will be the star of the bloopers reel.
It'll be like 6 hours long, and it'll just be you, and that'll be it. So there's that. So, hey, yeah. We have, so what happens now? Excuse me, I'm giddy, and I've not started on my monster yet, but there you go. We have. I'm going to let you introduce our first. In fact, I need to cue up the chair, don't I? It's not a real. I've spoilt it now, haven't I? I've spoilt it for the listener. He's there thinking we've got proper audio. Funny story. When I was a kid, it was the top 20 in those days. We used to listen to it. Usually we'd come back from the seaside in the car, my dad's car, listening to the top 20, the hit parade. And I thought they had all 20 bands in the studio, and they would each in turn play their hit record. I know. My life was I was devastated when I discovered that they were just playing the records or putting a tape in. Oh, that's not the same then, is it? It's a bit of a letdown. So, hey, you can introduce our first guest.
Okay, our first guest is contemporary romance author Sonny Giovani. Woo!
Well, hello.
Hello, are you there? Hello.
I am. How are you?
I'm good. I'm sorry. I was expecting a man, to be honest.
I told you it's
funny. Everybody assumes that.
Yes.
He doesn't listen to me. That's what it is.
I never pay attention. I just don't. I should pay more attention. By the time I don't know. I don't know. My attention span's gone. That's just not what it used to be.
Well, we did.
It's exactly what it used to be.
Look, my phone was on the like page.
Sonny, thank you so much for joining us. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Contemporary romance, which is one of Xtina's favourites, I know. So, hey, where are you calling in from? Whereabouts in the country are you?
I'm actually calling from Dallas, Texas.
Oh, wow.
Oh, you're from Dallas? Oh, we're neighbours. I could practically wave at you out of the window.
Where are you?
Houston.
Oh, yeah, we are neighbors, right down 35. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Awesome. I presume you're enjoying the Texas summer?
No, not at all.
No. Well, we're enjoying it a little more now because our upstairs AC was sort of not performing. And the kids, I was actually slow cooking the kids bit by bit. the nice man came out. Well, I'm down. The downstairs one's fine, so I'm a nice 76, 77. And the kids is like 88 up there, and they're kids whine, and they're whining. Well, I'm all right. But yeah, the guy's fit, so it's a nice and cool up there now. So yeah, we're on track. But yes, it is. And you step outside, and it's that hot. It just drags the air from your lungs.
It does, yes.
Yeah. So
we didn't have much
spring.
So.
No, it went straight from freezing to the 90s. But,
exactly.
So
yeah.
Sunny is here to talk to us about her contemporary romance, What Pharaoh Wants, Part 4. So, Sunny, tell us a bit more about it.
Actually, not only is it contemporary romance, but it's a bit paranormal. It has a paranormal edge to it, so I think the readers would enjoy it very much.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah, tell us a little bit more about it.
Well, in What Pharaoh Wants, Part 4, you have Mr. and Mrs. David and Robin Pharaoh. They encountered many jealous races before. Running a grudge that a woman named Oni has held against them. She has gone as far as tricking their son Moses into placing a hex over the house, which drains Pharaoh's power. And of course, Robin has to retaliate. But if David, the Prince of Voodoo, wasn't enough to think of before she committed this crime of kidnapping their son and trying to steal his wife's power, then she's blindsided by the fact that Moses holds the power of both sides. Nobody expects this 8-year-old Moses to be stronger than both of his parents. But now they have to give up for, 1, finding Moses, and 2, keeping their marriage intact when all of these skeletons fall out of the closet that Oni seems to keep babbling on about. So it's pretty much of an interesting read.
Yeah, it sounds like it. You got voodoo and witches, and that's definitely in the paranormal.
There's something for everyone.
Yeah.
Right. And obviously with the names, obviously a bit of a giveaway. It's sort of based around its roots are in sort of biblical times.
Oh no, it's actually current.
But I get that. But does it? What I mean to say, does it have? I know. Does it with the names? Does it have parallels with biblical times? That's what I'm saying, Xtina. So keep up. No,
I think it was my confusion. No, it's not actually parallels. Actually, David got his name from his grandmother, and she was one of those cocky type of people, and she actually named his father King Amos Pharaoh. So that's it.
No, they're awesome names. I love the name. Moses Pharaoh is that's one of the best fictional names I've heard for a long time. I love that.
Yeah,
I love that.
Like it too. Yeah.
So, I mean, you say you've got romance, you've got power. Where does your heart lie? More with romance. Are you sort of dabbling in paranormal, or is that something that is an undercurrent in what you do?
Paranormal was actually my first love. Like, that's how I came out in the business of writing. I wrote paranormal first. But in the market we live in, sometimes you can't just lean so predominantly on one specific genre. So I had to put a little bit more romance and steamy sex scenes in there just to make it more interesting so people could pick it up. So I think at this current moment, I'd say my heart lies with the erotic portion of it all.
That's
awesome.
a good place. Yeah.
That's the best place to be.
I wouldn't drink to that. Yeah.
You, to be fair, Xtina will drink to anything. So.
Yeah, I don't need an excuse really, but it sounded good.
Woo! It's Thursday, drink time.
So when you're not writing, what genre do you like to read?
That is a hard question. If I really, really, really had to. Like if I was stuck on a deserted island and I had one book that was catered to one specific genre, to save my life, I had to make it that hard. I think I would read erotica. I think I would. That most definitely would be my favorite genre to read.
And do you have who are your favorite authors? Like, who do you like to read?
Mainly, let's see. I love Nora Roberts. Absolutely love Nora Roberts. Stephen King. You can never forget the King.
Right.
Who else? James Patterson. All day, every day, hands down.
Yeah. You know, when you said Nora Roberts, I'm a fan of Nora Roberts, but I liked her, J.D. Robb. I like the J.D. Robb books, I think, better. Oh, my gosh. I think Rourke was my very first book boyfriend. I wanted to marry him, like, seriously. And I was younger, too. I was, like, probably in my teens when was it that long ago? Oh, my gosh, maybe. I don't remember. But, yeah, in my head, I was Eve, and, you know, Rourke was he was definitely my book boyfriend. He was so hot, wasn't he? I mean, I don't know. They should make that into a movie. I think that would be an amazing movie. And I want those things that, you know, the futuristic, I want the auto shift. And I don't even know what else. That was my definite favorite. I definitely need one of those in my life, you know. So.
You know what's crazy, though? Like, I have the entire in-depth series by J.D. Robb. Not once did I know that was Nora Roberts. I think it was Midnight Bayou, and, like, at the back of the book, it was the previews of the other books, and there were a lot of J.D. Robb, so I thought maybe they were related. But then on one of the books it said Nora Roberts writing as J.D. Robb. That blew my mind. That absolutely took me for a loop.
That's awesome.
Awesome. Well, look, we've got this unprecedented. We've got a couple of callers, so hopefully they're calling to speak to Sonny or us. So let's see who the first one is. Hello, caller. How are you? Hello. Hello.
Maybe there's.
Oh, it's the mysterious.
Maybe they're just lurking.
Probably book dialed us or something. So hello. Oh well, that was that happened. That was nothing, wasn't it? I got all excited for nothing.
Though, yeah.
It was exciting for like a second, and then they've gone now.
Exactly.
Listening to their backside. So. Yeah. So, Sonny, you have a little bit of a reading for us, yeah?
Actually, I didn't. I told Xtina that I would be so nervous to read on air.
Yeah,
no. You should have said Xtina would have been delighted to read it for you. She loves doing that.
Thanks. The excerpt is actually I think it's the blurb to the book, correct?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. And
That's
you're going to want
okay.
me to
That's
read
fine.
that?
Yeah, Xtina, she'll read the blurb, so our listener knows what it's all about. Go on, Xtina. Over to you.
Okay. After the success of What Pharaoh Wants, a steamy African-American paranormal journey, Marcel Six is back to close out the final chapters of Mr. and Mrs. Pharaoh's twisted love affair and to showcase the natural talents of their only child, Moses Pharaoh. After having their son taken, their magic stolen, and their lives threatened, there is only one way to end it all. Of course, it must be in true Pharaoh style, which is dramatic and gasp-worthy. David Pharaoh, the Prince of Voodoo, alongside his wife Robin Pharaoh, the purest white witch, must come together to stand off against enemies in this heart-stopping finale. Woo, I got through it.
Wow, you well done. Oh, beautifully read. Beautifully read. I need this. Well, do you have to have read the ones that come before it, or is it a good sort of as a standalone, or is it best to have read the series?
I think it's best to read the series because when the series opens, Robin opposes Pharaoh. She does everything to get away from him because he's so fascinated with her. He's almost I won't say almost, but he is a stalker. He stalks her in the weirdest ways. He just wants her, and it's kind of, like I said, a twisted love affair. She slowly begins to fall in love with him, and that journey is so crazy, wacky, beautiful, scary, and dark all at the same time.
Nice. I like that. I had just to go back real quick to this whole Nora Roberts discussion here. Do you have a favorite Nora Roberts book? just without the J.D. Robb, just strictly Nora Roberts.
Nora Roberts.
And yeah.
Oh,
like, did you have a? I'm sorry, I was talking over you. What was that?
Oh no, I was telling you to go ahead and finish what you were saying.
Oh no, I was just asking you if you had a favorite Nora Roberts book, and aside from the J.D. Robb stuff, she had that trilogy with witches. Was it witches? I think it was. And I don't know. Those are they're my favorite, and I read them over and over again. They had those. I think one. Yeah, Riley was one of. Was it Riley? I think that was one of the chicks' names. And then I don't know. They come to the island, Three Sisters Island. That's what it was. Did you read those?
I don't think I have.
Oh, you were supposed to say yes, and we're going to discuss it.
Right.
They're really good. If you get a chance, you have to pick up those books because they were really good. I think they were. I have them in paperback. Yeah.
I think the name of the book. Yeah, it's something to do with fortune. I think already.
Yeah.
No. It was called Riley. It really was called Riley.
Oh yeah. I don't. It was so long ago that I read them, but I remember how good they were. And would you like to do 11 questions with me?
Sure.
Yay.
Oh yeah.
I always wonder when I ask that question if people are going to be like, "No, what are you talking about?" No, absolutely.
No, I don't want to do that. But
yeah.
And now, 11 questions.
Okay, I just found them. Here we go. Number 1, what is the best or worst movie you've ever seen?
The worst movie I've ever seen was Meet the Spartans.
Good answer. I was going to go with mine, I swear to you, those stupid, horrible human centipedes. And now I haven't even seen them, but just the thought of it just freaks me the hell out. So I would always... I know. It's just...
I can't do it.
I saw the first two, and to be fair, the thing that freaked me out about the second one was it actually had a real giant centipede in it, and I thought, no.
No.
All the people stick to each other's feces. I don't have a problem with that, but real centipede, no, I'm switching this off. No.
There's something wrong with that, Jay.
Enough is enough, I thought.
Yeah,
they did a reboot. It was like a low budget Human Centipede 3 that they did.
Yes,
I didn't even attempt that one. I thought no. The first one was I think, it was quirky enough. I mean, I kind of enjoyed it as you can enjoy these things. But the second one was just it was gratuitous and nasty, and it was even for me. And I do like a bit of gore, but I was just. They're not meant to beat out. No.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Yeah. What was your very first grown-up horror novel that you read?
Oh, my favorite grown-up horror novel. That is a hard one because I have a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I think it would be It by Stephen King. That book scared the crap out of me as a kid, and I have a phobia of clowns now because of it.
I never saw the original. I never did. I did see the remake or reboot or whatever, and I thought it was really good. But as for the original,
you really have to see the original. It was, some of the effects are a bit rope. I think the feeling of dread and I think they captured it a lot better, to be honest, in the original.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah? Yeah. I'll have to watch it eventually.
You need to see it. You have to see it.
Okay, what's your favorite cuss word?
My favorite cuss word would have to be fuck. I have no idea. Every other word in my sentences when I'm angry is fuck.
Yep.
Mine too. Yeah. I always have to wonder about, some of our guests have come on. I'm not going to name any names. And their favorite cuss word is stuff like fudge and, golly and stuff.
Yeah.
And I have to wonder about those people. Yeah. Especially being horrible.
The funny thing is, just grow up.
Yeah, well, the funny thing is the one guest who said his favorite cuss word was fudge, I have read like 5 of his books, and there's cussing. I mean, there's lots of cussing, so I think that's kind of funny, but anyway. I like this question for some reason. What would be the worst way you can imagine yourself dying?
The worst way? During the zombie apocalypse and somehow I'm on the toilet, that is the worst way to go.
Wow. Did you see the movie?
Field when I'm running away or something, but not my most intimate time. That's just rude.
Fantastic.
I pictured in my head Zombieland. It starts out with a guy is trying to find a place to go to the bathroom. Yes, and it's got clowns too. I bet you that really freaked you out, didn't it?
It did, because I wasn't expecting it, and I saw that movie in the theater. And as rogue as I am, and I love horror movies, don't get me wrong, I screamed, and my brother looked at me like, "What is wrong with you?" And I think he forgot that I had a phobia of clowns.
That's great, though. What was your very first pet?
My very first pet was, a picnic mastiff, actually, and she was black, and I named her Shady.
Aww. Who is your biggest influence, either in writing or in life generally?
I think my biggest influence would have to be my older sister, Stephanie. She is one of the strongest women I know, and she's in hardship. Like, it's absolutely nothing. Actually, I put a dedication in one of my books to her because she would always say, if she felt that I was on the verge of crying somehow, she would always say, you can either be as tough as glass or as strong as steel. I didn't know what that meant until I got older and started to encounter hardships myself. I kind of suck it up these days, but I love her for that. I look up to her still.
Oh, I love that. That's a great answer. If you were God for a day, what would you do?
First of all, I would have to get rid of President Trump. And I would try to restore world peace some type of way, even though, that's kind of far-fetched. And everybody would be millionaires.
There you go. That's a good answer. Or maybe money would be, obsolete. We wouldn't need money for, things or something. Because, everybody, I think, has a tendency to say, world peace. But you know what? Even if we did that, we restored world peace, we would just fuck it up again. I am really sure of this. So I would not go for the world peace. Fuck the world peace, That's my opinion.
No, my fiance and I were talking about that. And she asked, she had a thought, what would it be like if we didn't have money, if we removed money? And I said, the funny thing about that is the barter system. Because somebody somewhere is going to want to be on a higher platform than someone else, so they would probably collect everything that everybody else would need, so somebody else would come to them. So I think, material objects would be a stand-in for money at that particular point.
Right. All right, let's see. Who or what, in your opinion, is the crappiest horror or supernatural being?
Crappiest has to be Dr. Jekyll. I think he was such a bitch. So always let Mr. Hyde take over. That. Yeah. It's true.
I like that, yeah.
He took the potion or he stopped taking it. Mr. Hyde will still pop up by himself. Just get yourself together or take an anger management course. One or the other.
Yeah.
That's good.
I like that. That's good answer. I like that. Yeah.
It's almost like she's thought of the answer to this, or it's really thought of this before. So.
No, hey. That's brilliant. Yeah.
Okay. If it were legal to do so, would you eat human flesh?
Honestly, I think would be the moment that I would go vegan for real this time. Because some people have acne and then there's staph infections and so forth. And you are what you eat, so I don't think I would want that in my body.
I'm with you. I am with you. There would be no circumstance I would eat. I don't even like meat at all too much anyway. I mean, a steak I will pass. Chicken I'm like, whatever. So human meat, no, I'm good. I'll have a salad, thank you.
Right.
Who is your favorite member of the British royal family?
Oh, Queen Elizabeth. She is so dainty and classy. And they have a Netflix series about her. And I think she earned a lot of my respect out of that because there's so many people like coming for her jugular and with so much class and pride. She just waved it all off like it was nothing. So I love her for that.
Awesome. Which franchise is your favorite? Halloween, Friday the 13th, Elm Street, Hellraiser, or Saw?
That is a hard one. If there was a gun to my head and I most definitely had to choose, which would I choose? That's hard. Okay, Freddy. I would choose the Freddy Krueger franchise, Nightmare on Elm Street.
Awesome. I'm always a Halloween girl. And you know there's going to be a new Halloween movie. Did you guys know about this? I guess the trailer drops Friday. That's what I've been hearing.
Yeah.
New Halloween. Woo-hoo. And I think Jamie Lee Curtis is going to be in it. That's what I've heard.
Yeah,
so
I'm looking forward
Halloween.
to that, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. And it's funny, we call these 11 questions, and here we are at number 12. Right. The question is, what's your least favorite part of the writing process?
The synopsis. I don't know how myself, and I have a lot of author friends in different genres, and I think we all despise the synopsis. We can write a 5-part series, but when it comes down to that synopsis, it's kind of like we close up and like, can you write this for me, or do I necessarily have to write it myself? Absolutely cannot stand the synopsis.
I hear that a lot. Yeah, that's definitely a good answer. And here's a bonus question, which is, basically just for me, if you say the right answer anyway. Baseball or stamp collection?
Say that one more time.
Baseball or stamp collection?
Baseball. I'm a hardcore baseball fan.
Are you really hardcore? Who's your team?
Texas Rangers.
Oh, my goodness. Now we can't be friends.
I have to write it out.
That's it. Yeah, goodbye.
I can't help you.
No, it's just that my team, who are the Blue Jays, that they're a rival of ours, is the Texas Rangers.
So. Second favorite. I kid you not, in my closet, I have Blue Jay caps, like the snapback, the fitted caps. But I don't wear them like going to the grocery store because I don't like those nasty looks from people. So I wear them to have a Blue Jay.
Okay, well, I can be your friend again because you like the Blue Jays. So, that's awesome. I'm so glad. I never find other baseball fans. I really don't. And when I do, James is. I think he might be passing out right now because earlier tonight, since we called into the show, I was all excited because the game was still going on. It was like the bottom of the 10th inning, and he could care less. So he hates baseball. He doesn't
I think a lot of people don't have patience, so
yeah,
I
suppose. Well, I hate to say this, but we're just about out of time for our first segment. Where can we find you online, Sunny?
On Facebook, you can find me under Sunny Giovani or Facebook.com/the Sunny Giovani. Twitter, Instagram, I'm that Giovani. And Snapchat, Sunny_Gio.
Awesome. I didn't get the Snapchat one. But I do have all your links put up on our Facebook page, so if anybody wants to go there and stalk Sunny, they can do that. And I thank you so much for coming on the show. You have to promise to come back.
Of course, I will be finding your stuff. I promise.
Yay!
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much for joining us, Sonny. I really appreciate it. It's been a pleasure.
You guys. I enjoyed you.
It's been a pleasure, and we will speak to you again very, very soon.
Good night.
You guys have a good night.
Okay. Good night. Say hi to Dallas for me. Bye, Dallas. I love that show. I really love that show. It was great. I've seen all of them. That is one of my guilty secrets. I've seen, obviously, they rebooted it. The new season, a couple of new seasons, and sadly, Larry Hagman died, and I think they cancelled it because of that or whatever. And big fan. So
I remember my grandma
watching the Dallas theme tune. Yeah, thanks for that. On that note, we'll do this.
Room Radio Show is sponsored by Hellbound Books, purveyors of all manner of dark fiction. You can find the publisher along with links to all their available works across platforms at hellboundbookspublishing.com. Hellbound Books is proud to be the first in the indie publishing business with a very own app on both Google Play and the App Store. In the mood for something steamy to read, check out new erotica author Jennifer Lynn's website at jenniferlynnerotica.com. You can find James at his website, www.jameslongmore.com, and Xtina has an author page found on the Hellbound website. Don't forget to follow the Panic Room Radio Show on social media. Our Facebook page, Unofficial The Panic Room Radio Show, Twitter at Panic Room Radio, our YouTube channel, The New Panic Room Radio Show, and come visit our website at www.panicroomradio.com.
Welcome back, Xtina. How was that? I played that for you. I know it's one of your favourites.
That was a good song. I love that song. Yeah.
Oh,
no, I'm here. Yeah.
You nodded off or passed out, one of the two, you know.
No, I'm just drinking. You know, I was in the middle of a nice big gulp when you were talking, so.
Oh, right. I'll have a plug while he's waffling on. Excellent. So, hey, what happens now? Something. What
Becky,
is it? What could it be?
Can't forget about Becky.
How could I forget Becky? Let's bring her on, shall we?
Hey, looks like it's time to review something. Oh no!
I could never forget you, Becky. How could I? How are you this evening, my dear? It's Becky the Reviewer, everyone. How are you this evening? Are you fine?
I'm fine.
I'm fine.
I'm fine.
Everybody's fine.
How are you?
Dear. Me? No, I'm not going to. Nobody cares. You're only saying that to be nice. You don't really care, so I'm not going to answer. Be honest.
Oh.
I could go on. I could go on with all my woes, but I'll do the British thing.
No.
Everything's tickety-boo and chipper. Thank you very much indeed. So tell me, Becky, what are you reviewing for us this evening?
A book called War Game, and it's by Rainier Palin.
Oh, seriously?
And it's published.
It's Rainier Paland. Thank you for murdering you. Rainier, if you're listening in, I do apologise. She's Southern.
I love him. He is
She's from
so
the Southern
great.
states.
Yeah, he knows. He's heard me. He got me to say key lime pie the other day, and
key lime pie.
I like that.
Key lime pie, y'all. Yeah.
That's exactly what he told me he wanted me to say, and I said, okay.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Brilliant.
That was really funny.
That is classic. So, War Game, and it is available from Hellbound Books Publishing, that awesome
Yes, it
publisher,
is.
folks. Buy the book. Tell us a bit about it.
Oh, my God.
If you want. I mean,
really good.
Join in. You know, can't get the stuff.
This is really, really good, and I understand that he's written another one to go behind it, and he's working on the third.
He has, and I have it on my desktop, so no.
Oh. No, okay.
Equal.
Me and the dwarves are talking, okay?
Awesome.
I'm telling you.
We'll never tell, Becky.
No,
they will not speak.
I'm torturing them. I'm torturing them.
Oh, they'll just enjoy that.
Crap.
Right?
This book is. I mean, it took me by storm. I mean, it is nonstop action in it, and I mean, it is. I was just amazed. It just sucked me right in. It starts off and there's this apartment building, and it's concrete and it's old, and this guy built it, and it talks about some of the tenants that live there, and one of the ladies, you know, pretty much came with the building, and the building keeper, I forget what they call him, lives there and takes care of the place too. And all of a sudden one day, there's these armed people out front, and they start shooting at the building, and they take the building hostage. And I mean, it goes nonstop. I'm not telling you any more than that. I mean, there's a reason why.
Well, it is difficult not to give the game away, if you pardon the pun. But it's you know, and it says on the cover, because I put it there. You know, there's a great movie that came out earlier this year called The Belko Experiment. And there was another one called Mayhem, which was a similar idea, was people trapped in a building. But War Game takes it another step forward. If you enjoyed those movies, that kind of thing, then I'd say War Game is the book for you. I thoroughly enjoy it. It's literally, it starts off brutal, and it doesn't let up until the end. And literally, the last page, it's non-stop, and it just drags you along, and the thing is, it's for me, again, without giving too much away, a little bit with Game of Thrones, where they're not afraid to kill off popular characters, and you think you're following this character, and this character's gonna, and then they're dead. Oh, right, okay, and then another character, and you. What do you mean? You don't know who the good guys are, who the bad guy, and it's just like, wow, you know, and I mean, you know, I'm trying not to give too much. Rainier really, it is a roller coaster. It's a veritable roller coaster of brutality, in my opinion.
It is. Wow, and I absolutely loved it. I was really shocked. I mean, I've read, you know, some good books lately, but I mean, this really, I was stunned. I mean, and then I got to the end, and I was like, oh my God! And I was talking to him about it, and he says, oh yeah, well, 2 more, and I'm like, where are they? And he said, James has one, and of course, well, I'm not getting that now.
So how many Becky stars would you give it?
Oh, an easy 10.
Wow.
But for James, I will say. But for James, I will say a 9.999.
Well, no, we can have we'll instigate. We can have 10.9.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yes.
10.9. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it is.
It really is. It could very easily be my book of the year.
Wow. Oh, excellent. Well, hopefully Rainier's listening. All right, he'll listening on iTunes later. He'll be delighted. And
I doubt he does now.
I have to say, he's a great guy. He's South African, actually, South African. Like there was a little bit of impression there. He's a great guy. Great guy. Obviously got a great future.
Poet. He's also a poet, he writes poems.
He submitted to some of our poems, some of our poems anthologies with poems.
Who is this she's talking about? And then I was like, oh my God, yes.
Yeah, that's because she butchered his name. That's right. Say it again, Becky. Go on, Becky. Say it again. Go on.
No.
Say it again. I will. Go on. Rainier Paland, everybody, y'all. Well, thank you. That was a walk in by Rainier Paland. And thank you for joining us, Becky. It's been, to be honest. It's been and gone. So we will speak to you next week. Hopefully you can practice pronounce. We'll pick a book by somebody called Fred Smith or something, so you can half a chance.
Oh my God!
All right, I will work on that.
Thank you, and thank you for joining us, Becky. We will speak to you next week, my dear. Bye, y'all.
Bye, y'all.
Bye, y'all. Bye. Oh, she's always value for money. Is Becky.
I am tired of being the only one on the show without a cute accent. I think I'm going to have to, try to adopt one. That would be fun. I don't know if I could do it, but I'll
your
try.
accent, it's a bit plain, to be honest. But,
I don't have an accent.
No, you need one. You need one. You got no.
Yes.
No, I don't.
I agree.
I don't have an accent. I don't hear it. I don't hear it. I'm just
I don't hear it as much as I used to. I mean, no, I don't hear it as much as I used to, which is kind of interesting. But you do have one, and Becky has one, and I'm the only one who doesn't. So I will work on it. I know.
You work on an accent. And in the meantime, what is coming up next? Do tell.
Next we have J.D. Hollyfield. Woo! Dude, push your button.
Yay! Hopefully you're there. JD, are you there? Hello?
Hi, you two. How you doing?
Oh,
there she is.
I was about to say, come on, join in.
Love the applause. How you guys doing tonight?
Well, we have an audience at the studio in especially.
Fantastic. I should get that every time I walk into my house.
I know, right?
Yeah, awesome. I just get dogs barking and kids whining mostly. That's my life.
Well, then we're still walking into the same house because I have 3 dogs and 2 kids. So I'm gonna start.
I got
else's house.
we got 4 dogs and 2 kids. So yeah, it's probably much the same.
Wow.
Bedlam.
Full house.
Oh, and the rest. Yeah, it is. So thank you so much for joining us. Do we call you JD? Do we call you... Pardon?
So my author name, of course, is JD Hollyfield, but you guys are more than welcome to call me Jessica. That is my name. Since we're going to get real friendly here tonight, let's go ahead and get a little personal as well.
Brilliant. Jessica, it is then. It's a much fun if my sister-in-law is called Jessica, for anybody who's interested.
Good to know.
No, nobody is.
No, not really. We have had some guests though that James has asked what the initial stood for, and they would not tell us. So.
Yeah,
they're very protective.
There's one thing if they. They always say you can always go back and change anything about your name. I said I probably would have gotten a little bit more trickier with my author name. I just really used my initials and I used my last name, and I didn't do anything special or creative, and so I'm not really fooling anybody. So you're
well, here's the thing. Back when I was a kid, I always dreamed, I always wanted to be a writer, and I always dreamt of my name on a book cover. So it never occurred to me to actually have a different name. Although it is an industry, it's a well-guarded secret what my name is actually. H is for, and our good friend Nicholas Pastione took a wild guess and thought it stood for homosexual. Close, Nick. Very, very close.
Oh my God! Yeah, I don't even know what the H stands for. I don't think you've ever told me. And
no,
I remarked. Well, yeah, and I think I even said last week in the same thing, and you still didn't tell me what it was. So, I'm going to go with homosexual now. That's forever going to be your middle name.
Not a problem. It fits, so, there you go.
It doesn't fit.
There you go.
H, yes. Could be hippopotamus for all you know. I'm just not. I will never tell. I will never tell.
Never. And here I thought there were no secrets between us, man.
Well, no, there is. There's that one. There's
that one. Okay.
Actually, there is that one. Mm-hmm.
So Jessica's here to talk to us about. I was doing that.
Well, I thought you were just meandering. So yeah, you go for it. Off you go.
Yeah, I was going to say Jessica's here to talk about her book, Sundays Are for Hangovers. And, this is funny, before I really, knew who she was, I think I've had you on my Facebook page forever, but I didn't really know who you were. And I was scrolling, and I saw that cover, and I was like, oh, that is so pretty. I love the book cover. I do. I say that a lot because I think I'm a cover whore. You've heard this term cover whore, but there is just something just awesome about that cover. It's really hot. I like it a lot.
Thank you. I actually am going to go ahead and give credit to my co-author that I wrote the book with, Kay Webster. She actually designed the book cover herself. So it was a lot of fun trying to find the perfect picture because, as everybody wants when you write any type of book, you want the book cover to kind of match the storyline. You have these people that read these books and they say, the main character had nothing to do with the person that they put on the cover. And for anybody that has read this book or plans on it, I think one of the great things that we did was really nail it on the characters on the cover. And so in the end, it was perfect, and the cover matches the story perfectly. And yeah, we get a lot of compliments on it. I love it. I think she did a great job.
No, I want to make sure because I was taking a drink there at the very first part of that sentence. Did you say Kay Webster?
I sure did.
I love her. We had her on the show like decades ago, and I've been trying to get her back. I've been trying to get her back actually.
I remember the name. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Since when she wrote The Wild, and there was that crazy backlash and whatever with that book, I wanted to have her on so bad, but I haven't, and I have to say, I read the book, and I loved it. I really, really loved it.
Was she the one who had a book band? Was that the one?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah,
and
I remember the hoo-ha at the time.
A controversial book that almost broke the internet.
Yes. I remember before it like really blew up, I had ordered that book on Amazon, and then I don't even think it was Amazon. I can't remember where I ordered it from, but I was waiting, and, finally it was like 3 weeks later where they told me, that they couldn't fulfill the order and everything, and I was so depressed because I thought for sure I had beat, the system, and I got it before they took it down, but no. But I do have a copy now. I have a freaking paperback of that book, and I have a cool little magnet that says, I read banned books. I love it.
There you go.
That's
awesome.
It's funny when, supporting her. I remember when they started taking all those books down, I went and jumped on it to Barnes & Noble, and same thing happened to me. It took about 3 weeks, and finally I got the notification, and she's like, oh, just let me send you the copy that I have. So, we've been co-writing for about 2 years now, and when she's not writing stories like The Wilds or any of her dark thrillers, so she has a funny side to her. If you guys haven't read this one, we also co-wrote a series, a two-lover series. So it's a 3-book series, which is pretty much the same concept as this, the romantic comedy, and super funny. There's a lot of Kay Webster moments in them. So if you're used to her writing, you'll see her shine through definitely in some of her sections.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. Oh, I would love to hear more about Sundays Are for Hangovers now, aside from the awesome cover. To tell us what it's about.
Absolutely. So, like I said before, it's definitely a romantic comedy, and it is about two neighbors that are feuding. You know how they say the enemies to lovers would be the best trope to categorize it. And it's really a sexy little nerd neighbor who is really anal, and he just can't stand his cute little hot neighbor, and she gets under his skin, and they go back and forth. They both have little secrets here and there that, they come out throughout the storyline. They kind of bring them together, but it's basically just about these two that are nagging at each other. And, one day they just realize, I might hate him, but I might like him just a little bit more. And there's just so much humor, there's swoon-worthy moments. You might shed a little bit of a tear, depends on your sensitivity level, but I think it's got everything that anybody would like in a story. So I would definitely recommend it to any of your listeners who enjoy a little bit of laugh with their swooning and their got that heat factor, of course, in any romance.
I love that. I love that it's not insta-love. I think, when I've seen some, posts, authors will ask, what is your pet peeve or something, and insta-love is definitely one of mine. I don't care for that at all. I don't want, and I said this once before, and James corrected me. I'm like, dude, people, your eyes meet across the bar, and you just know. And he was like, well, actually, yeah, that happened to me. Okay, but it doesn't happen to everybody. So I definitely like, the idea that they've, they're neighbors and they've known each other for a little bit before, anything's
right.
going on. That's really cool.
Insta-love is hard. Insta-love is kind of hard, too, because if you don't really nail it, the reader doesn't really grab. They just don't connect with the character. So, you really have to, be really good at that insta-love to not, scare away your readers. But definitely with Sundays Are for Hangovers, they know each other and they hate each other, and they know everything about each other, but they never realize they realize that maybe those things that they know about each other are kind of what makes them, like, in their own secret little way, like, sexy and hot. She actually maybe likes his little quirks, and he maybe kind of likes that she's just a little hot mess of a neighbor, so.
When you're talking, when you're describing it, that I just totally got When Harry Met Sally in my head, and which is one of my absolutely favorite, chick flick books, movies.
Oh, yeah, that's a perfect.
Yeah, they hated each other. Every time they met each other, they just hated, and that was great. I absolutely love that movie, and as a matter of fact, every single time I watch it, and he's walking away, and he realizes, at the end, he realizes that, he wants to be with her, and he goes running back. I start to cry every single time.
Yes. Oh, such a perfect time, too. And I think those are sometimes the best with enemies to lovers books is because it's like that building, right? The angst, there's always still a little bit of that anger in there too, which everybody kind of wants to swoon for. So that's what this book has. And, when we wrote it, we were both back and forth. So let me give you a little bit of a background. When Kay Webster and I write together, I always write the female point of view, and she writes the male point of view. So we kind of take in our own characters. So for Sundays Are for Hangovers, the main character is Lilith Hamilton and Will. And so she writes Will, and when I write Lilith, we both in our own ways are building up these characters. So like we like to joke around and say it's like we collide together. So it's like we almost feel like we're in this relationship together because I'm building up how I'm feeling and she's building up how she's feeling. And then we have this moment where we kiss.
Nice. It's like you guys are playing off of each other. Awesome.
I know. And it's great because, when you find somebody that you co-write so well with and you have these moments that you can talk through and you can laugh through and you can swoon through and, we sit on the phone for hours and we're like, oh, my God, I love this. This is so sweet. This is so funny, So it definitely, you can feel it in the writing and the words when two people, they connect in such a pretty cool way. And everything kind of lands where it's supposed to. So.
Awesome. I want to hear more. Do you have a reading for us?
So, I thought the best thing is to start with the first chapter because then you guys can all get an idea of how the story begins. I do apologize. I have allergies really bad, so my nose is really stuffy. So.
Oh, you sound great. I had no idea.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I was going to say. All right. So I'm opening it up. So, and already, so the tagline of the book, as I know we talked about this earlier, is two neighbors at war, only one can win. And so we do start with Will, who is the male character. And you'll notice if you read the book, so the title's obviously Sundays Are for Lovers, and so our title chapters are they're great. They almost make the book just as much as the storyline does. So for anybody that actually gets to sit down and read this, I think once by the time you hit the end of this book, you guys will just love it. But, okay, so you guys time for a quick chapter?
Well, if we start running out, we'll, call you or something.
It's super short. And I wasn't born to become a professional book reader, so bear with me. All right, Chapter 1, Will. Sundays are for yard work. I squat to inspect the heads of my in-ground sprinkler system that's not spraying like it's supposed to. What the fuck? 2 years ago, I paid $4,700 for this system so it would water my yard like clockwork while I'm at work. It's on a timer and everything. So why the hell is this head acting up? I push my black-rimmed glasses up my nose and squint. It's jammed. I pull my knife from my gym shorts pocket and flip it open. Something brown is hardened on the side. I pick it up, and until I see a bright pink underneath. No fucking way. A growl rumbles through me as I whittle away at the gum. It's gum on my goddamn sprinkler head. As if on cue, music blasts from the house next door, and I cringe. Lilith Hamilton. Instead of a home wrecker, she's a neighborhood wrecker. I swear the value of my house dropped at least $15,000 the moment she pulled up in her cherry red convertible Mustang with her oversized sunglasses perched on the end of her upturned nose. I remember the day a year ago when she climbed out of her sporty car, blew a big pink bubble, and trampled all over my fire and ice hostas to introduce herself. I'd bitched her out for ruining my plans, and that is how it's been ever since. Her ruining the neighborhood and me trying to do damage control. Fury bubbles up inside me as I scrape her gum from the sprinkler head. As I listen to Tupac's California Love blaring from the backyard, I want to turn my knife on myself and carve out my eardrums. I can't take this anymore. I've done everything, including resorting to calling the cops. She just charms them with her big flirtatious grin, shows a little cleavage, and gets her way. With them, I am immune to her bullshit. My tolerance level for obnoxiousness behavior is low, and nearly every day I'm going off on her for some other reason. I want her gone, and fuck have I tried. You think being the president of the Spalding Oaks Neighborhood Homeowners Association would give me some pull? Nope, she's not doing anything illegal, and she's paid her due, so I can't exactly issue a lien on her property or call the city on her. I'm out of ideas, and it's pissing me off. With a huff, I scoop up the hardened remains of her gum and stalk through the yard over the side of her house. I reach her gate and bang on the wood. Lilith, I yell. The song on the radio changes to Big Papa by the Notorious B.I.G. and I lose it. She doesn't even have good taste in music. Fucking man-mean. I yank her gate open and storm into the backyard. Hey, Willie, she chirps and raises her glass to me. My gaze against my will rakes across her body as she bakes in the sun. Her tits are divine in a bright orange blue piece bikini that leaves little to the imagination and makes her skin more golden than usual. It's distracting sometimes that she's really hot. Really distracting. Bloody Mary, neighbor? She grins at me and my blood boils. Her messy dark hair is piled on a wild bun on the top of her head that fits her personality. Those lips. Are painted with a brilliant crimson and have dirty thoughts running through my mind at rapid speed. Focus, Will, God damn it. This, I bark as I charge over to her head and hold my fist out. You left this in my sprinkler head. My tongue drips with sarcasm. Her nose crunches up and lifts her sunglasses to inspect what's in my palm. Ew, sick. Keep your dirt on your flower beds. I don't want to see that. It's your gum, I snap. She lets out a large laugh as her full tits jiggle with the movement. Again, distracting. Oops. I glower at her, but she's not non-pulsed. Keep your gum out of my yard and do something about your Wogelia. It's overgrown and an eyesore. She jerks her head down and it spikes between her thighs, which makes me inspect between her thighs. There is nothing wrong with my Wogelia, she shrieks. It's maintained quite nicely, I can assure you. She stares up at me and points at my face. Keep your dirty mouth and your dirty hands in your yard, Wonka. Apparently she thinks it's cute calling me some variety of Willy Wonka from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Since my name is William, because she does it all the damn time. It's not cute. It's annoying. I blink at her in shock. Has she gone mad? You're what? Jesus, Lilith, I'm talking about your big overgrown flowering shrub that's slowly creeping in my yard. Oh, well, why are you calling it fancy names for a vagina then? Her brows are furrowed together as she's mad at me. Are you kidding me right now? This woman is going to give me a heart attack. Grandma will have to bury her own family left because my nutty neighbor drove me to the grave at nearly 33. How am I doing on time here, guys?
I'm enjoying it so much. I don't care. Keep going.
Okay.
No, keep going. We will let you know. Keep going. We're enjoying it.
Okay. I'll move. That's the only solution. I'll find somewhere else where I don't have to deal with an uncaring neighbors who blast 90s rap and drink alcohol on Sunday mornings and bring down neighborhood values with their unkept yard and inconsideration of others. Your eye is twitching, she says, as she adjusts her top. Her nipples are peaked and hard. It's not the only thing that's hard. With a clenched jaw, I toss her gum remains into the concrete beside her and storm over to her radio. I flip the channel to WXOJ because at least they play good music. Nirvana's All Apology blares as I stride out of her backyard. What an asshole! I smirk knowing I got her by changing the station. I've barely made it into my own yard before No Diggity blasts through the speakers, but somehow I feel as though I've won this round. It's hard to rail her up. She's so laissez-faire, uncaring about anything but her stupid car and her stupid rap music. My phone vibrates in my pocket and I answer harshly. What? Someone needs a Snickers, Grandma chuckles on the other line. I groan knowing I was rude to the woman I love most in the world. Sorry about that, I mutter. I was dealing with a complicated matter. She baby talks her dog Skippy before chirping. Complicated female matters? As a matter of fact, yes. But I'm not telling Grandma that. She'll be over here in 15 minutes flat with a wedding planner and a list of possible names for her future great-grandchildren. I thought Grandma was going to disown me when Presley and I broke up 2 years ago. My lifelong girlfriend and I were on path to marriage. 3 years of dating, 2 seemingly compatible people, and I even helped her pick out a puppy. Our 5-year plan was underway, but 3 years in, she tossed in the towel, just up and quit on me. said I was too rigid and it wasn't working out. Me? Rigid?
Okay,
I'm not.
We should cut now.
Okay. Okay, cool.
But oh my gosh,
Okay.
I know. I have to be the
brilliant.
bad guy, but that was so great. I mean, the music alone had me giggling. I had to mute myself because I was giggling. That was great. I love the chemistry. I'm going to have to pick up a copy. You know what? I'm going to do what James says. I want to beg a copy off of you so I can read this because, I can't wait till they actually... I can't wait till they actually get in the sack.
You've got no dignity, Xtina. You've got no dignity.
I don't. No. That was
what
awesome.
the cool thing is too is in the back of the book we've made a Spotify music list. So all the music that we actually go over in the book there is a playlist.
Awesome.
Oh, what a great idea!
Through with listening to all the music we talk about in it.
Yeah,
Brilliant.
Whenever I read, because I'm kind of like right in the middle of two, book worlds, kind of like I got the horror genre, and then the romance genre, and I know that when I was reading romance all the time, that's the first thing I would check when I got a new book was is there a playlist here? And I used to ask I would actually bombard the author, is there a playlist to this? Because I don't know, for some reason. I'd love to hear, what they're listening to, or what, maybe a song that, reminds them of the couple in the book. I do. That's it's awesome. So I definitely will be, seeking out that playlist too. Now I'm not.
Awesome.
I think I'm more of a fan of his music than I am of hers, to be honest. But I knew those songs, so I was like, oh my gosh, that's so funny. I love that.
Yeah, you'll definitely like the playlist then.
Yeah, definitely. Now, when you're not busy writing, who do you like to read?
So I definitely stick to the romance. I'm a huge fan of Dorinda Jones. Are you familiar with her?
I don't think I am. No.
Okay. She is. She has this Charlie Davidson, and it is it's kind of a paranormal. She's a Grim Reaper. So I love that. I love historicals. I'm a huge Julie Garwood fan. I kind of spread it along the lines. I love romantic suspense. Linda Howard is definitely one of my top 5 favorite authors of all time.
I used to love her. Yes.
Yeah, her stuff. She's actually one of the main authors that actually got me reading.
Oh, wow.
I picked her up one day, and I think I read all of her books all in a row. I couldn't even stop.
Yeah. Hers, that was still back when I was actually buying, the hardcovers, and I couldn't wait until, the new one came out. I remember Iris Johansen was another one of my absolute favorites.
Which one?
They wrote Iris Johansen. I think that's her name. That was her name, right? Yeah. And Lisa Gardner. Lisa Gardner was a really great one, too, that
I'm looking at my bookshelf, and I'm trying to find both of those as we speak, because I know I have some.
Yeah, with the Iris Johansen, she had I think she did, there was a few books where I want to say, oh, God, I can't remember even what the chick did, but there were a couple books that she did with this one character that did the stuff with the bones. I can't think of what that is, but she sculpted because she had a daughter who was killed or something, and I don't know. It was really good. I'm fangirling over here. But those are some definitely great authors to read and to want to look up to. Yeah, they were definitely
absolutely.
I had the paperbacks. I had hardcovers on my shelf, and now I'm looking and going, I don't have any of those left, but I do have. I read a lot of indie, and I try to collect signed copies and stuff, which they mean a lot to me. But those are great. Oh, we had. I don't know if we have time for this. I'm hoping we do. Embarrassing story. Jessica has an embarrassing story for us. And
go
I
for
love
it.
this part because,
Go
definitely.
So I would probably say one of my best embarrassing stories is, so everybody knows, firemen, right? Everybody, when they think of a fireman, they just think swoon worthy. Everybody wants to just set something on fire so they have this hot, attractive fireman that's going to come and save the day. So, this was about like 7 years ago when I had just had my first son, and having kids, it's like you're like not your best moment, like where you shine. I probably hadn't showered in days, brushed my teeth, my hair was sticking to my face. I was like in a really baggy t-shirt. I probably just like had underwear, no bra on. And I'm laying in bed, and I start getting these like horrible muscle spasms to the point where I'm like, me and my husband are like 911 or go to the ER, and I couldn't even move. To the fact we had to call 911, and it was embarrassing the fact too, just because I was like, oh my God, I'm calling 911 for the first time ever in my life, and it's me. And lo and behold, the 5 firemen show up into my small little apartment, and they are all gorgeous. I mean, it is straight out of the storybook, like attractive beyond belief. And here I am going, oh my God, I don't have a bra on. I think I smell, and I couldn't make eye contact with them, and I was so embarrassed, and they kept trying to put me on this chair because I couldn't move, and the only thing I'm thinking of this entire time was, oh God, I hope they're at least looking on the walls at the family photos that they know that I don't really look like this, because I was so embarrassed how I looked because they were so good looking. I was like, this is only my luck that something like this happens, Because sometimes people say, oh, my dad's a fireman, and you're like, oh, really? And they're like, oh, that's just a myth. It's not how it is like that. Firemen, they're old, they're not like the attractive as they're being thought. Lies. There was the 5 of the most gorgeous Aurora firemen in my bedroom. And I've never been so humiliated in my life, but so like, you're so hot. Please look at my family photo because that's normally what I look like.
That's
so
awesome.
That's my embarrassing story that I will never live down.
I hate this. We're out of time for the show, and I wanted to say that we have all of your links put up on our Facebook page. So if anybody wants to stalk Jessica, they can go there and do that and buy this book. I cannot wait to read it.
Thank you for joining us, Jessica. Thank you.
And you have to promise.
Absolute pleasure.
Yes, and you have to promise to come back.
I sure will. Thank you. Definitely, anytime. You guys have a good night.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. And it's that time, Xtina. Good night. It's that time, Xtina, where we have to say good night, Xtina.
Good night, Xtina.
Thanks, everybody. Good night.
Tell me, when will you be mine? Tell me, quando we can share a love divine. Please don't make me wait again. When will you say yes to me? Tell me, quando you mean happiness to me. Oh, my love, please tell me when. Every moment of the day, every day seems a lifetime. Let me show you the way to a joy beyond compare. I can wait a moment more. Tell me, quando say it's me that you adore. And then, darling, tell me when.
Bueno.
Hey you, with a rhinestone dog collar. Between us dogs, I just convinced my human to upgrade to a new home with a 1,200 square foot bathroom. I think she called it a yard. With Wells Fargo's 3% down mortgage option, my human realized a new home was within reach, and I only gave her puppy eyes once. Get your human to talk to a mortgage consultant or learn more at wellsfargo.com/woof.
Wells Fargo Home Mortgage. Down payments as low as 3% on a fixed rate loan require mortgage insurance. Ask a home mortgage consultant about loan requirements. Wells Fargo Home Mortgage is a division of Wells Fargo Bank N.A., Equal Housing Lender, NMLS ID 399801.